And I had to remind myself that even in times where I'm like frustrated or something's happening to me, I'll be like, damn, like, bro, I'm blessed. And when it's like whenever somebody asks me that, like, how have you been? I'll be like, yo, I'm blessed. Like, I can't complain. Especially working with kids too. The stuff that they be into, the stuff that they come from, where they parents at and how they living, and that I'm with them and around them all the time, I'd be like, man, I'm truly.
When I heard that news, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. That was my high school. Well, that was my senior year and freshman and sophomore year of college.
Well, I'm gonna show my age. I think I was 32.
God, no way.
Yeah, when I was out. 32.
Damn.
Yeah.
When Rich Homie came out?
Yeah. 32.
Nah.
Yeah.
When Rich Homie came out.
You was old,
32.
bro.
I was working at T-Mobile.
So when
And I
Some
remember
Type
that's
of
the
Way
song.
came out, you was 32.
32, yeah. And I remember when we went to Miami that year, and that's all you heard.
Yeah, he was when
Rich
he
Homie
came out.
Quan,
Yeah,
That's all you heard. Everybody.
it was walkthrough. It was Flex.
Everybody had the Flex. Flex was a
I
big
love
record.
Flex.
And then the other shit with him and Young Thug is
Lifestyle.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Lifestyle.
when we was in
because
Miami,
Lifestyle
yeah.
and Got the Club going.
Yeah.
That came out this
Right.
Yeah.
So when that was out, we
Dang,
went to Miami that year.
Lifestyle.
That's all you heard. We went to Ocean. I think that's what it is, or whatever. But whatever the strip is at. So everybody had that playing in their car.
Yeah, my
Ocean
friend-
Drive. You was
Yeah,
out there on
Ocean
Ocean
Drive, yeah,
Drive,
something like
on
that.
Biscayne, all of that.
Yeah, one of them shits. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God. Yeah, my freshman year was the year that the clubs were still out. So whenever you walked in the club,
Oh yeah.
those are the songs that was
Yeah,
playing.
we was in the strip clubs heavy, regular clubs heavy, and then when we traveled, it was like he was the man. And out of nowhere, he just like fell out.
He
I
just
don't know what happened
dropped.
to him. Yeah. So that's kind
I'll
of
tell you
sad.
what happened.
What happened?
Them kids happened.
Them kids, yeah.
The mumbling kids happened.
Mumbling kids, yeah, man.
Well, rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace, Homie Quan, man.
Stop taking these drugs, man.
Yeah, overdose is crazy, man. Overdose is nuts. Very, very nuts. That's nuts, man.
No, that sounds on brand for a rapper though.
Yeah, that's the problem. That is the
sounds
problem,
on brand.
man. On brand for a rapper to be either gunned down, gang violence, in jail,
It's crazy.
you know,
It just never changes.
impregnating too many women, not getting married, drug overdose. Drug overdose you don't really hear too much of though, but it's definitely like you said, on brand. It's like one of those things where it's like we keep losing these young men. These
Young.
men, they're not getting old. They don't get a chance to get old. I'm pretty sure he had kids. They lost a father. I mean, I think that's like the third one I've heard this year. Like there was a couple other people, right?
It's crazy because I'm at the Locks joint in Camden, and Fat Man Scoop does the opening up for the Locks.
Fat Man
He
Scoop.
did
Oh
the,
my God.
he did the
yeah.
show.
Fat
He
Man
did the
Scoop,
show
rest in
at the
peace, Fat Man
concert, and then we go to the Camden Arts Yard, and he there. And I'm like, damn, like, and then I go on Instagram, and I'm like, yo, Fat Man Scoop died. I just saw him. I literally just saw him.
That's how crazy.
Well, he
life
collapsed
is.
at a show.
Just
He
saw
collapsed
him.
at a show, yeah. What was that? Connecticut or something like that?
I don't know.
Some show, yeah. Yeah, he collapsed.
saw
so,
him.
yeah, man, that sucks, man. It really does suck.
It's rough out here.
Yeah, life is. He was young too. He was like 50.
He's 50 years old,
50
yeah.
years old, right? Yeah, he was up there. So I mean, still a lot of life to live after that, but now, oh boy, that sucks, man.
Did a lot of shit just to live. This is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Them boys don't be lying.
They definitely don't be lying.
They definitely
Definitely
don't.
don't. Man. Wow.
All right. Well, hello. Welcome to Hypothetically Podcast. I'm your co-host, Shelly.
And your co-host Gene.
And we have a very special guest here today. So this is my friend, my bro, my family. This is Al. Hey, Al.
Hi, people. What's up? I was supposed to have been on here. I was supposed to have been on here when it started, but you know they want to put me in a late. You know how you invite somebody to the wedding that you ain't sent
We was just talking
an
about
invitation to?
We was talking about this on the
You're
way
like,
here.
damn, boy.
And what we said was, we're only inviting people one time.
That's it.
That's it. Because I tried to pair you up with a girl too.
Yeah, but
You was gonna pair
kinda-
me up with a girl?
Yeah.
We're trying to
nah,
have 4, y'all.
She wasn't gonna fuck with me after she paired up with me. She's gonna be like, nah, look, I don't know who this young man is.
Not like set up, but like you
No,
know.
I
to
mean
get
like
the debate,
as far
yeah.
as the
For
like
debate,
dispute.
yeah, the
Oh, you're
shooting
one of
debate.
those.
No,
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right.
And it be
Ready.
fine with me because I don't know you don't know me, but my opinion matter.
Opinion matters.
But so yeah, this is my bro Al. We grew up together, so known him for a while.
Grew up in church together. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Which church?
God is good.
Same church.
Yes, sir. There's only one church.
Word. So
It's
the
a lot
most-
of us.
It's probably the most popular. I always say this probably the most popular Haitian church
Yeah.
in Jersey.
yeah.
If those rankings, we definitely
Has to
top
be.
2.
Has to be, bro.
We top 2. We got mad people that came from our church that don't go there no more, but they started.
But they doing so many other things in different places, but it
Yeah.
all comes back to that foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to sound ignorant, but the head person of your church is
Right now,
Is it Wani?
No.
No, it's somebody else.
Pastor Monel.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Wani.
No, Wani's the youth pastor.
He's the youth pastor.
No,
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah, it's him and Pastor Donald.
Right.
Yeah, the youth pastors, and then what does Mono does? What? He's the youth president.
Yeah. Well, no, he worked with Wani in T-Mobile. That's why.
Yeah, I've known Wani for like
That's a
almost 2
T-Mobile
decades
game.
now. Yeah,
For 20 years.
pretty much. Yeah, it's just about that.
And
'Cause
and has he ever invited you to church?
yeah, he's always that was his big thing at work. And I was like, yo, not to be funny, niggas was trying to go to work. Niggas was trying to get money. So like, you can't invite us on a Sunday because we probably went out the night before. We probably hung over. Like ain't nobody was trying to.
You know, it's crazy. When I be thinking of that too, I always figure out like, there's people at my job now that are teachers that love the Lord,
Right.
and their favorite thing is, you should come to church with me one day. A lady, no, right? Like, I know you at the
Lady,
job. I just
no.
want to know
No,
you at the
good.
job. I just want to know you at the job. I don't want to know you
I don't
outside of
wanna
the
do
job.
this.
I don't want you to be my spiritual sister. I don't need none of
I
that.
don't want to do none of this.
No.
I got enough of that. Yeah, Wani saw him not too long ago and was like, "Oh, Gene," and Gene's
Right.
like, "Hey."
Yeah. You know what's funny? I saw him at a wedding, and he's at
Oh,
and
Tasi's wedding or Nas' wedding.
Nas' wedding. I saw him at Nas' wedding, and he's like, "Oh, this is where I found you. You're at the table with all the women you're talking over here. It's just you and this other guy just talking all the women." And he's giving me the lecture. He's like, "Yo, you're getting up there, man. You're like 41. What about legacy? What about children? What
Oh,
about
my
wife?" I said,
God.
"It's not that I'm not interested in stuff like that. It's just right now. It's not right now. It's when it's gonna happen." He's like, "I'm just worried about you, man. You're such a good guy. I keep hearing great things about you. You deserve to be." You deserve to have a wife and a family, and I'm like, listen, I'm cool on that right now. Like, I'm good, but I appreciate what he's saying because he's like, I don't think you just tell that to any man, because some niggas you see, you be like,
Listen.
yeah, he's probably good. He's by himself, but
I love Wani, but Wani could talk.
oh yeah,
That-
he can talk.
That's a gift, though. That's a gift of gab. That gift of gab get you through life.
I understand.
But you don't need no. Listen. I've learned this.
Right.
Stay by yourself. Stay by yourself.
Don't come in here encouraging
Stay
this
by
man.
yourself.
bro.
Listen.
Oh, my
Out there, mind your business
Mind your business.
Yeah.
and stack your chips. Remember,
Oh yeah, definitely stack your bread.
a
Odds out.
man's value is only who he is and what he has. Stay by yourself.
This man. Anyway, how
What you
have
think of
you
that show?
been?
You didn't like that?
Well, how have you been?
I told the truth. I told you I'm gonna come in here and tell the truth. What
As
Cat
you
Williams say?
should.
What Cat Williams say? 2025 will be the year of the truth telling.
Right.
That's what he said.
Jesus, why did I invite this man to the show?
That's hilarious.
But how you been?
I've been good. I've actually been blessed, man. I can't even complain. There's a lot of stuff that I be complaining about in my mind. I be like my aunt had to remind me last week. She said, like, think about like where you come from and where God has taken you to, like to now. And I had to remind myself that even in times where I'm like frustrated or something's happening to me, I'll be like, damn, like, bro, I'm blessed. And whenever somebody asks me that, like, how have you been? I'll be like, yo, I'm blessed. Like, I can't complain.
That's what's up.
Especially working with kids too, the stuff that they be into, the stuff
Right.
that they come from, where they parents at, and how they living, and that I'm with them and around them all the time. I'd be like, man, I'm truly blessed. Like,
Word. That's good. What
So
do
you teach and football.
I got the youth shelter. I teach. I got football.
What you do at the youth shelter?
And I'm in school.
What you do at the youth shelter?
I'm also a residential counselor.
Oh, you busy.
But listen, but that's why I say to like I'm learning right now too, which I knew a long time ago, but I got knocked off my path a little bit. You know, God is good.
That's good, yeah.
Right. I'm learning to like, and to be a ordinary person, bro, is not okay to me. Like, an extraordinary man has an unordinary schedule.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
I thought Mitch had the bars. I got the bars.
You had Nigerian Mitch?
No, I ain't your Mitch.
No, this is Sully's boyfriend.
Sully boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like, no, for real though. Like, it's just for me, like, if you always like available to do the, like, you will fall into nonsense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stay busy. Stay doing
busy.
something. Right? Stay grinding. Like, that keeps you in a consistent path. Like, my regimen is my regimen. I do what I do. You make time for family, people that you can, but stay in your lane of, because then you leave room for, yo, bro, you ain't even doing nothing. Come on, bro. Yeah, you know what? You right. I ain't doing nothing. Now you done end up in X, Y, and Z place somewhere you ain't supposed to be.
He's like, I should just stay home.
Yep. Come on now.
Plenty of times where I walked out the house and said,
come on now, for real.
I could have been home doing 10 other things, and I'm his head.
Exactly.
Listen, I told myself if my first opinion is no, or if I'm sitting here second guessing it, just stay home.
Lay home.
Just
That's
stay
And
home.
you know, living in South Jersey is not like living up here or living in Philly. It's time that I say, you know what? Let me not go outside. I go outside, something happens to me. Like, I get pulled over.
You know.
I done popped the tire.
Right.
Weird stuff be happening.
And that'd be the most frustrating thing.
And don't be signs like, you should have stayed your ass in the house.
Car breakdown or some shit. Be like, I knew I should have stayed.
Right, bro, I'll be like, come on.
That actually happened to me last week. I got out of work and I was like, damn, I really feel like going to the gym. Didn't pay attention to the weather at all. So I went to Clifton.
Oh, the rain.
So, you know, in Clifton, the gym is on a hill. But between the hills, 2 valleys. So, you know, we have random crazy hurricanes now in New Jersey all of a sudden. So a hurricane came. I was trapped for 2 hours in the gym. And the
You
gym
did
was
not tell me
closed.
that.
Yeah, I think I told you that. I was trapped. I couldn't get out, and I had the Audi. So I'm low to the ground. So I can't even touch the water. I have to wait till it actually... I was mad at myself because I was like, I should have stayed home. I was tired.
All right.
I had a long day at work. What am I going to the gym for? There's no point.
You
Just
could have
rest
did
up.
some push-ups in here, some sit-ups.
I could have just rested.
That's
I could have. Sometimes God plays these little tricks on you. Sometimes He's like, "Oh, you don't want to rest? All right, go ahead. Go do what you want to do. Watch what I do.
Nah, he do though. He
I'm gonna
really
show
do.
you. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you that next time. I'm trying to tell you, rest yourself, rest your body for the next day, because I need you for something else down the line. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky like that. But I get it. Yeah, you walk out the house,
Everything started messing up. You're like, yo, bro, I should have just stayed home.
life start life, and boy, when you're supposed to sit your ass down.
definitely 100%.
How you been?
I've been good. You know, back on my podcast stuff. I've been putting out the episodes. Editing is a lot better. Shout out to the new subscribers.
Oh my gosh.
We got a lot
Shout
now.
out. They came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to TikTok. TikTok's doing well. We're doing well on TikTok. I like what I see. I'm all about the numbers because, you know, at the same time as I like to do this for fun and do this to educate one to another and each one teach one, I'm about numbers too. You know, I don't want to make it seem like it's a complete waste of time. And it hasn't been. You know, we've been very successful. We've had quite a few events. We had a live show. We had a couple brunches. Things.
That's what I'm mad about. I wasn't at the live joint.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was an event. That was a funny ass night. That's all I can tell you.
Cause that's my forte right there.
Right.
That's what I'm mad about.
Right.
For real.
We could have used you because we had people who straight up freeze on the microphone. And I said, talking mad shit. They gonna do this. They gonna do that. Get on the microphone,
nothing.
just this. I'm like, God.
So
damn.
y'all gotta do another one.
Yeah, another one's coming. Another one's coming down the line.
I'm gonna let you know in advance, so you are well prepped.
So we're gonna definitely have
I don't
another
gotta
one.
be prepped. I've been prepped since. I've been prepped since 2011.
Let me tell you, I was like his cousin, and if y'all didn't put 2 and 2 together, Al is cousins with Ariani, which is a well-known guest at our show.
Yes, very known.
They are
guest.
family. If y'all couldn't tell.
Yeah, Ariane was one of our co-hosts for the live show.
Literally lived in this. Me and Ariana used to have a basement show. Ariana was exposed this. We have a basement show. And you know that our birthdays, birthdays are 7 days apart.
Oh
so
my
we
God.
always
All of y'all
been,
together.
Yeah, we always, but me and Ariana always been like this because our birthdays we're both the only Capricorns. And our birthdays is literally a week apart. And we used to like have like this little show called like A&A. In the basement when we were like in middle school.
2 A's, okay.
It's on a camcorder and our initials are the exact same.
So y'all not posting it?
No, this is like when we were young. But it's crazy how God worked because the fact that we did that as kids and the way that we are now as people, our personalities, and I had a podcast in college and I had my own show and stuff like that. It's like damn, it's like you were like tooling yourself to be who you were gonna be later on, and that's crazy how like that always worked.
Right.
Y'all similar, man.
That's good. I like Ariana.
Yeah, we're both silly.
Dope.
Both silly. We just both like to have fun. Like Sam and Sal, they the more serious one. But they
have their moments. Though.
But you gotta know them. And
oh
know
my
God,
they used to bully me when I was a kid because it was always taller.
You imagine being a short one.
Yo,
you ever seen a stand up in church?
Yo.
It go like this. It's me.
Nah, you'll see them walk into church. You see, it's the twins, it's Ariane, and then it's right here, Al.
And I like to stay in the back on purpose,
right?
Just so that everybody can just stop looking. Cause they just walk in and looking at them.
And y'all always sit in the front,
bro. That front left corner next to the drums.
It's crazy. This is visible to everybody.
Right, it's funny. That's funny. That's
yeah, they used to bully me, but they to a state trooper in East Orange Cobb.
Nah, Sam is over at Mountain Lakes and look.
Oh, there it is.
Auntie. She gonna be like, you call me now. You got to call you back. You don't want to pick up the phone.
That's funny.
Shout out to Auntie. That's the OG right there.
No, but really growing up in the same house, Ariane is like, it was like just growing up with them is just amazing. Especially not being in the. Because it's crazy. Like I told you, my dad lives around the corner.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we spoke about that earlier.
Like literally, the gas station here.
Right.
Make that left. He's right there.
He's right there. Okay.
By 3 stages.
Yeah. Oh, 3 stages. Yeah, I went to 3 stages.
I went to 3 stages.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Look.
I went.
Boy, don't say it. Oh my God.
I'm born 83. I don't give a shit. I tell niggas all the time I'm old.
All the time he's like,
you went to 3 stages when crack was out?
Yes. when Clinton was busy.
When EPMD was out?
I was busy. Pretty much. Very. Very, yeah, but it was pretty cool, yeah. That's cool. Look at that. Small
That's
world.
my girl.
Yeah, Ariana's a dope human being. Dope. Well, one of the dopest human beings I know. So, shout out to you, baby.
Yeah, wait, hold on, pause.
Right.
So, y'all had Ariane on before me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're all the way in Philadelphia, right?
I'm not even going to hold you.
Bro.
Are you up here often?
Bro, I'm up here. Nah, well now I'm not, but when I was in South Jersey and when I was going to school still, I was up here. Like I used to come up here so much that like.
Well, the episode that we had her on, you kind of couldn't be a part of.
Yeah, that was an all girl thing.
What was y'all talking about?
It was an all girls episode.
Yeah,
no guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was fun to see.
Men stay out of women's business.
It was fun to see.
Oh, I've been good. I've been busy. But I've been good.
Very busy.
Anyway,
I've been good. I've been busy.
Vacation outside, taking shots in Costa Rica.
Oh my goodness.
That's what she been doing.
All right. Anyway, I had a month off from work, so I'm back at work. And basketball is like full effect. We're in preseason right now. So yeah, it's just really been work, gym, work, home, all over again the next day.
Are you dating?
No, I'm not dating.
You need to date somebody.
Oh my God, is this? Wait, this is.
I'm not telling you that.
This is not the topic of the show.
No. I need to say this because I'm here. You need to like, get some free meals out of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Basketball, home, bun.
You're right.
Like nothing in there says food.
It's not what him on
You know
the
what I'm saying? Nothing in there says I'm getting some food. I'm gonna hang out with this. You know what I'm saying? Get some free meals out of this, dog.
Who says she's not getting free meals though?
You right. Never mind. Mind my business.
Saying.
You right. Mind my business.
I'm just saying.
You need like a
Don't listen to him.
Free
See
meals,
now,
bro.
I wish a girl would have came on this show.
free meals, bro. Because that's what they doing. They getting free meals and going home.
But I'm not the type to just go and get free meals.
That's
Like I
the
gotta be able
problem.
to
You gotta
conversate.
conform to what's going on.
I can never. I'd rather
Chameleon.
just pay for my own food and just stay hungry.
Nah, I say no. You got to become a chameleon. You got to blend
You
in.
gotta blend in.
You got to blend in with what's going on. I'm telling
Nah, that's never a thing.
you. Men get free meals too.
I'm sure. I'm sure they
I know.
do.
I know a few brothers that's getting free meals.
You're not part of that?
I wish. If I was 6'2",
I wish.
boy, if I was 6'2", I'd never be starving. All right,
I don't know what that means, but all right.
believe me.
Tall niggas out here winning. That's what he mean.
Nah, actually, thick boys are winning.
I'm not gonna lie. Thick boys.
Thick boys are winning,
Thick
bro.
boys is winning.
Thick boy. Every thick nigga I know has a fucking girl, a wifey.
Yeah, thick boys is
They
out.
just getting it, and they get the baddest ones, and I'm like, what?
Cause them
fuck
brothers is
go-
sweet. They
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not like that, not like sweet like they soft. They just
Right.
like
Romantic.
Real, they romantic.
Right.
Because I always said this too, and I got this from my mentor. He like, but then I kind of remixed it. He said, when a man knows what he is, he finds other things to get what he wants. So, for example, I'm short.
Right.
I gotta be fly. I gotta be funny,
Right.
and I gotta have a mouthpiece. Because when a woman looks for a man, she's looking for stature.
Right.
I don't fit the stature, so what else do I bring? Right? So probably the dudes that's the chubby dudes, now they finding ways to maneuver to where, yeah, I know I'm a chubby little chub nigga. I ain't no slim gym nigga, but all right, let me find a way to like let me do something else that separates me.
something else, right.
They done figured out their lane. They gotta be a sweet, nice, teddy bear, loving, caring brother. And the girls be fucking with that. Then they can lay on that nigga and he soft.
Yeah.
It's
and
a
take
wrap.
all the hoodies.
It's a wrap, bro.
You feel me?
It's a wrap, bro. Strong niggas, y'all out of commission.
I guess.
That's not.
Strong
I
niggas out of
guess.
commission.
Not really.
Stocky walkies, y'all out of commission. Gold gym niggas, y'all out of commission.
Yeah, not really though. But
But the thick niggas is winning.
yeah, chubby niggas is winning though.
Like every girl I know that's wifed up, I meet their boyfriend. I be like, what the fuck? Like this your goo? I'm not mad. I ain't hating. But I be looking. I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, and I'm looking at the gym and I'm like, maybe we shouldn't be together no more. Maybe I should break my relationship budget. Maybe I should.
I
Just
can't
let myself
imagine.
Go.
I don't think I can imagine you big though. You look weird, bruh.
Yeah.
I'll be breathing hard and sleeping all fucking. My bad.
See,
My
see,
bad,
we
my
talking
bad.
about y'all. When these chubby niggas get in the comments, start saying what they need to say, you gonna be like,
Nah, I really can't imagine you chubby though. It would just look weird.
Yeah, it would just look very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably just look like my mom because my mom, she's more full than I am. She's not chubby though, but she like full. She's full in the face, so
I
I
still
probably
can't
have
see
that
it.
thing. Yeah, that is what it is. I was chubby at one point in my life.
I will pay to see that picture.
I was an infant. Yeah, infant. Anyway, topic of discussion today. What do you got for us, Shellz?
Childhood trauma. Do we have childhood trauma? I think everybody got childhood
Everybody got
trauma.
that shit. If you don't, then I don't know. Then you probably had a
See,
perfect
that's the
childhood.
thing though. I feel like everybody has childhood trauma, but some may have like put it so like far, like you know,
They
don't remember.
They bury it.
yeah,
Right.
they don't remember. Do you have childhood trauma?
Of course.
You have childhood trauma?
yeah, for sure. I mean, my mom died when I was a kid,
Ooh. Okay.
so
Yeah, that's a childhood
Yeah, that's
trauma.
job.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So that right there is like that's the one. Like when you 8 years old. Well, part one, I was born in Haiti. That's childhood trauma.
I
in
remember that
itself.
because you came to when you
So-
came. That's when you moved in with
Nah, I didn't even move in with them then. I moved
For
in
real?
with them when I came from Florida.
Oh, okay.
So
Because I
what-
remember when you moved in with them.
Yeah. So when I like being born in Haiti, and people always say, "Oh, the brain don't start to remember things when they're until they're 3, 4 years old or something like that, right? 4 or 5." Listen, dog, I could tell you what I did when I was 4 years old. Like that
I feel like those
vividly
memories
remember.
like come out of nowhere though. Like you just be saying randomly one thing, you just like, wait, did this really happen, or am I like bugging? But it really
Nah,
did
you ain't
happen.
bugging.
I have memories from preschool.
Yeah, you remember
I
that.
remember
bugging.
3 stages. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy because even coming to America, you have trauma because I don't speak English.
Yeah. So you had to.
That's a whole adjustment.
Kids
whole
bullying
Haitian
you.
experience,
You
yeah.
dark. Boy, I was blacker than that sweater. Nah, I was dark. I feel like when I got to America, I got lighter.
It's so weird now because dark is in now.
Yeah.
And it's been in for a while.
The African booty scratcher jokes, the tar baby jokes, the black as the moon, black as the night sky.
Haitian, Jamaican, African, man.
It was on your body.
And I'm from the time where it was like rampant, like early 90s. Niggas, you get your ass whooped for being Haitian.
That's crazy.
Just they find out your name, they found out your background. It was a lot of effort to know who you was, and then once they found out, it was on sight. It was like you didn't understand why. You know, I didn't really suffer from a lot of that bullying, but I had my cousins who went through it a lot. Cause I went to West Orange High, so West Orange High, I had bullying where like I was like the only black kid in certain situations. So it was just like I'm trying to figure things out, but I don't know what to figure out because I'm like these people don't look like me, they don't talk like me. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, it's all types of trauma. Trauma is everywhere. So, like you said, So you came from Florida, came up here. Did you learn the language faster up here, down there? Did you have a grasp on it, or was it still like?
So this is why I love Jay-Z and why I love music, and I say this to everybody. Like rap music taught me how to speak English. Most people don't know because I speak so clear now. I have a speech impediment. Like I used to stutter. I still do, but not as much. And probably now only when I'm frustrated or like if I'm like.
I feel like when everybody's mad is when all the flaws come out.
Yeah, like if I'm frustrated or like I don't know. But my dad stutters really bad to this day. And I didn't speak for a while when I first came to America. Like, I didn't talk because mostly like I was embarrassed. One, I didn't know the language. Two, Miss Redor, who's my English teacher, and it's crazy. 'Cause I came to East Orange before I went to Florida. Only reason why and it's crazy because I can speak on my story now better as an adult than I could when I was a kid. When I was a kid, if I start talking about anything, I'll probably start crying. I used to get mad. I came here first, and then my mom and dad didn't work things out, and we ended up going to Florida. And in Florida was where my mother passed away. Okay. And when my mom passed, my aunt and my family down there was like, "Man, your dad better come get you because you his child, right?" So, but then my dad also knew like, "Yo, I can't take care of this boy."
And you knew that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because most of the stuff that me and my dad talk about now is questions that I had when I was like 9 years old. You feel me? Yeah. So, yeah, I can't take care of this boy. So he like, yo, next best thing, Agnes, can you raise him for me? Because you going to do a much better job than I am.
Well, luckily you had that because that was a godsend.
Listen, and it's so crazy because when I first got to our house, I was so rebellious. I was an angry, like, I used to do stuff just because... See?
I just dropped. This is speaking. Oh, my bad.
I used to do stuff just because. And I didn't know why I was doing it, but then you talk about that trauma is real because you just reacting to whatever your situations is or whatever angers that you have that you don't even know that is there until it gets exposed by something, right?
Right.
And that's when you do the lashing out. So like, and even with Jay-Z, like, I love Hov because Hov taught me the English vocabulary. Rap music really taught me how to talk and communicate. I used to write rhymes. I used to want to be a fake rapper.
Not a fake, right? You had aspirations of being a rapper.
Nah, like
I think every dude who listened to hip hop wrote something down.
No, like I used to like talent show, dancing.
So you was about it.
So you went, you did it. So you wasn't no fake one. You was a real one.
You going up on stage and spitting your rhymes.
That don't take that takes a lot. Yeah, that takes a lot.
People don't do that anymore. People, especially nowadays, motherfuckers don't do that shit. You did that.
Going up on stage is not easy.
Yeah, but that also, like I said, prepared me for what I ended up doing in college.
Right.
So, and it's stuff like that where I'd be like, okay, I turned my reality to my reason. And I often tell the kids this now too, man. Find something to do with your pain, man.
Right.
Don't be the one that's out here doing just reckless behavior and using the excuse that, oh, they shot my brother, I'm about to go out here and kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, live for your brother, right? Do something different for him. So I had to learn to be that too. But it also came with, I had a counselor, like a therapist when I was in 7th grade.
So you got the therapy bug early.
7th and 8th grade. But I didn't know that it was a therapist. Then they just used it as they used the word counseling. Like
Right, yeah.
Youth intervention counselor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it was one of those one-on-one sessions. And it's crazy because it's right down there on Glenwood.
Okay.
So that helped me open up more, and I became more comfortable with being who I was. So by the time I got to high school, I was just a confident kid.
Right.
Like with every other flaw, I was just confident kid. And Mr. Aldridge was his name. He still works at East Orange High School. That's still to this day, I give him the biggest kudos. And he's a Haitian man.
You went to campus?
No, I did not.
You went to East Orange?
I went to Sissy Tyson for middle school.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But he only did services for the high school kids at the time. But then when he found out that I was a Haitian young man, he like, well, I want to help this kid.
Okay.
So throughout my life, God has found a way to put people in place for me to help me get to where I needed to get to. That's why when I was telling you earlier, like to know where I came from, bro,
Right.
to where I'm at, like it's just a blessing.
That's a big thing though, to have family, but to live with someone else is it's hard. It's a lot that goes through your mind, and it's just, and you young, so it's a lot of things you want to ask, but you don't feel comfortable to ask, and they beat around the bush to give you the answers, so they don't really give you the right answer. It's just a lot.
Have any of y'all ever lived in a house with 12 people?
Nah.
Not 12, but
my house has been the house where when people first come, they the first stop.
They stop by there first.
Yeah. So a couple of months I'll be having to share a room, but it hasn't been no 12, but it's been a couple.
So for me, anything was better than what I had in Haiti. And it was probably the crib was the size of this.
And it made it work though.
In my grandma's house in San Bernardino, yeah.
See, now over the summertime, when I go to Haiti, it was 12 of us in the 12 of us in the house sleeping.
Hot,
we
though.
made it work though.
Hot.
But it was only for the summertime. That was like your life.
Nah, that was no, but that's why I'm so grateful now, because when I moved in with so my dad had a crib in Halstead, right? And it wasn't a crib. And I say this story to the kids now because they be like, Mr. Al, you don't know our struggle. You don't know. I say, yo, me, my mother, and my father slept in somebody's basement in one room for a year because my dad didn't have enough money to get a crib. But my mother walked me to school. My mother used to walk me from Halstead to 3 Stages every day.
You had to get it done.
Right? So y'all can't give me no excuse on why you can't do something.
Right.
Still teaching me how to read and write. So when I went to school, you know what I did? I make sure I'm trying to do the best I can because I know what my mother going through to make sure that I'm good. With no English. My dad working 3 jobs, still not making enough because he don't got an education, right? My dad didn't even finish high school.
Under the table type.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So when I moved in with my aunt and uncle, and I'm like, I used to make fun of my cousins, and we talk about this all the time. I used to be like, yo, bro, y'all niggas got it all. Like, y'all got it all
do
figured
they?
out. I'm like, yo, y'all got it all. Like, niggas had a bunk bed. They had a basketball court in the backyard. We had neighbors having fun with us. My uncle probably the hardest. I say this with like, I love this man so much because he taught me how to be. He taught me what a man should look like. If he could do it, he did it for them kids. And
that's the sweetest man, yo.
Be like, yo, he got like y'all got. If you ever been to my auntie house, it's an attic, floor, basement. It's 4 floors in that joint.
Nice.
And I'm coming from a floor to a studio apartment in Miami. We living in somebody else's crib in a little shack section. My mother my mother spent her whole time in Florida in a hospital bed. You feel me? So when I go to a house where we got food every day, my auntie cook, and my auntie's an amazing cook.
She cooked for like 50 people. There's only 5 people in the house.
We got food every day.
I'm not cooking them all.
Come on, man. I was in that joint.
And she feeding the whole hood. She feeding the whole hood.
And I used to be ungrateful until now as an adult. I could see like, yo, what was I doing as a kid?
It's
and
amazing.
That's when I knew
it's
that
amazing
I was.
how that works.
That's when I knew that I was really something wasn't there.
Right. Yeah, I can understand that.
But it's crazy because now that I work with kids and I'm trying to explain to them like, this is what's going on with you. Like this is
they
what's
all
happening.
think that when I've realized that explaining your struggle to someone else gonna think that their struggle is worse.
Absolutely.
Like it's always, but nah, I had it hard. Yo, just take it as it is, and let's talk about it, and then move on. Like no one, I don't know. I don't understand how me struggling more is like I don't want to brag about that.
Well, I mean,
Like,
that's the problem with this country. Is that you know what they say? If you're black, you got to work 10 times harder.
Right.
But part of our work is getting out of the bottom that we are destined to have, because this country does not favor black people at all. Period. You know, like I know my white friends don't have conversations like this. None of them.
You have white friends?
I have white friends with the West Orange.
I got 2.
Yeah, I got a lot of white friends. And now they spending daddy's money. Down payment for a house is nothing. They living under legacies. They living under trust funds. And shouts out to them. At the end of the day, you was born in this country that was made for you. I was born in this country that wasn't made for me. That doesn't give me an excuse to lay down and just cry wolf. I'm gonna go out and get mine. Period. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? But I do realize like a lot of my friends who look like me, talk like me, or have my background like me, we all keep talking about how hard everything was, and I'm like, that's not a coincidence, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this game wasn't made for us to play. So what we need to start doing is making our own rules, so the next struggle won't happen. So that's why when we grow up, yeah, we was mad as kids. Like I was mad at my parents when I told Shellz earlier when we was talking about what we gonna talk about, and she asked me what my childhood trauma. My biggest childhood trauma is coming home in June of 2001. This is weeks before I graduated. Walking home. Sorry, it's alcohol. I see them packing my house up, and then I'm looking and I'm like, yo, this is what's going on? Like, this is crazy. They putting all my stuff in boxes. They put my parents' stuff in boxes. We lived in this house for about, I'm 17 at the moment. I think for like 15 years. This is the only house I knew, the only house I could remember. They packing all our shit up. Only come to find out that, you know, somebody didn't pay the mortgage, house is under foreclosed, the sheriffs are here. You know, we trying to get in our house. They don't even let us in because they still packing our shit up until they get the court order to stop, which my parents weren't there at the moment. They were at Newark, and they come back and, you know, they got everything situated, but it was just
So they
like,
took everything.
They took everything.
Jesus.
They took everything. And eventually they stopped and put everything back, but then it just felt like, it's like you just got raided.
Right.
And it's like, none of this stuff matters no more because somebody entered, and then that just never left my mind. And then that just started a whole chain reaction of like other financial issues with my parents. Like, you know, we ended up losing the house. Then everybody had to separate. I had to go live with my cousins. I'm telling you, I'm sleeping on the floor. I'm seeing roaches. I'm seeing mice. I'm like, I'll go from being like taken care of by my parents to like seeing them once a week. Then I got my little brother with me, you know, so I gotta watch him. I gotta be his parent, and at the same time find my niche. And then like I'm dealing with like what I'm gonna do after I can't even figure out what I'm gonna do after high school because
So you were in high school during this time?
No, this was my senior year
Of high school?
They took the house in June.
Oh.
Graduated a couple weeks after that. I graduated. I couldn't even go back home. Like I didn't go back home when I graduated.
Damn.
I went back to my cousin's house. Like nothing ever happened. Like I was there with my parents, but we didn't go back home to celebrate the house I grew up in. We everybody went separate because we didn't have a house. So it made me upset for a long ass time, and it was just like I never really let it go, and I let it affect me on like in other things. You know, that's why I live alone. You know, like you know how I was telling you the other day, like my mother wanted to bring like people over from Haiti.
Here?
Yeah. I said, where are you gonna put them? One of her ideas was, you know, one of them can stay with you. I said, no.
The only person that stayed with you was your sister.
That's it. And even sometimes, even like they don't overstay their welcome, but even like I gotta prepare, I gotta get my mind ready because I'm not used to like living with anybody. So that's why I think like your childhood traumas kind of like set the tone for certain things that go on in your life. Like you might not even realize it. You know,
absolutely, bro.
And it's like Mitch talked about on the other podcast. He's like, yo, it's like how you see your parents love each other. You might do that in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? You might do some foreshadowing in your own situations, like how you might treat women, or how you expect a man to treat you, or how you expect a woman to treat you. Like, it's no surprise we got a lot of men out here like, yo, I need a woman that can cook because your mother cooked. Mm-hmm. It's a simple, basic thing, but of course that's what you want because you're hungry. She's hungry, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you would obviously want that because you saw that. So I would tell people, like, when it comes to like childhood trauma, like dig a little deep, see where it comes from, see where that hurt comes from, see what's going on, because it might explain a lot of things. And that's what like me and my therapist went back and forth with my childhood trauma. Like, you do this because maybe you feel resent with all these situations and everything. So
I got a question for you though, because of what we talked about earlier. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like the age that you at and the stage that you at in regards to marriage is because of how you seen the marriage of your mother and father?
Well, my mother and father are not married. So they're girlfriend and boyfriend.
A long-term committed relationship.
That produced 4 kids. You're not your typical Haitians. Mm-hmm. Every Haitian couple I know, every Haitian elderly I know is married. They've been married to the same person. Whether it's rain, sleet, or snow, whether it happened, infidelity, other kids.
Their parents been together, they're just not married. But they've been together,
they're just not married.
Yeah, but I said, do you think that affects your viewership? See, the thing is, like, knowing that my mother and father are not even married, but they still love.
They still love, yeah, but somewhere in my 30s, I got mixed up with marriage. In my 20s, I wanted to be married. That was a goal. And then, like, I think when I started trying to date, it just wasn't working for me. And I'm like, all right, when you're not good at something, you should probably stop doing it. That's the way I always see things. So I was like, I'll let it come to me. That kind of like messed my view up of marriage. But something that does play into it is my parents. Like, I never see my father like tell my mother, let's go get married. Let's have a wedding. He don't have wedding pictures. You know, they just have pictures where he got G'd up and then she's, you know, she got her dress on and everything, and they just going out. But my uncle got wedding pictures. My other uncle got wedding pictures. My sister got wedding pictures. Mm-hmm. My other sister got wedding pictures. Me and my brother are not married. My brother is 9 years younger than me. He's 32. So he don't believe in marriage. He don't believe in marriage. He's a little crazier than I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but at the same time, it's kind of not, because I've had plenty of examples of marriage around me, but I don't know if the main reason is my parents. For me, nowadays, the time we live in, these women are fucking crazy, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, they some of them are looking for, you know, some help. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like messes up my vision with marriage. It's not out of the question, but it's not like in the forefront either. It used to be, but it's not. You know, two of my best friends are married. They've been married. I think G been married for like 15 years. Lou been married for like 20. Great examples of marriage. It works. I know it works. It works if you want it to work. But for me, it might have started with like my parents. Because like my dad, every time you ask him this question, why you ain't married my mother, he gets frustrated. And I'm like, it's the funniest shit in the world. But it does concern me because I'm like, well, why didn't you marry my mother? Was she not good enough for you?
Absolutely.
She gave you 4 kids, bro.
Absolutely.
4 kids. Like, and we're not bad. We don't put our hands on women.
You think you're not bad?
I'm not bad. Shit. Trust me, I know some fucked up kids out here. I ain't bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know some 41-year-olds. Shit, 2 of my friends are doing life sentences.
Oh my gosh.
So I know I turned out good. I'm here. I'm doing a podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. But yeah, like, it's childhood trauma. It's very complex. My advice is look into it, because it might be telling you some things. What about you, Shelly? What's your?
Honestly,
what's your most traumatic experience that you can remember?
My most traumatic is I was in a car accident with my mom when I was in 7th grade. It was in November. It was, November, we had all them days off, but it was, I want to say early November, like, I think the 6th or the 7th. Mm-hmm. And she was on vacation, and she went to get her paycheck from work, and it was raining that day. So it was fall, leaves are falling, raining. And we're leaving the job. And I see her hitting the tree. Like, I see the car about to go hit the tree. Wow. But all I remember is like, the car landed. So we were going this way. The car landed this way. And then, like, I remember me holding my mom and, like, saying, like, oh, my God, oh, my God. but the car like rolled over like 3 times, and like it ended on like a like the end of a cliff. So like if it would have rolled down the cliff, it would have been done up. So I remember it landed on the cliff, and then my side was folded, and then her side had like the electrical wires because she obviously hit the tree that I saw that she was about to hit. So someone happened to be coming by. They called the cops for us, and then I remember calling my dad, like, and I'm calm, like surprisingly I'm calm. Like, I called my dad and I'm like, we just got into a car accident. The ambulance is coming. He's like, what? So then I'm like, this is where we are. At that time, it was no GPS or, you know, send my location. It was like, yo, this is, you got to know exactly where I am. So he happened to, my father's like a GPS he has a GPS in his mind. So he happened to know where we were. So like, I remember just sitting there and I have like no scratches, no broken leg. My mom is good. My glasses ends up in like the engine in the front. So I can't see for a few hours because I don't got my glasses. But like, just the process after that was just like, I'm sitting there like, yo, like, I really just could have just lost and mind you, my birthday's in November. So that was a whole nother like, I almost died in the same month as my birthday. So I remember going home and they already having the, you know, the Haitians got all these medicines. You're in shock. You got to take this. Don't drink this. Don't take a shower in this. And I'm just like, mind you, I'm young. But like I vividly remember the accident. Like I remember the car rolling, and I remember like, and I wish I still have pictures of the car, but that's long gone. But like the car was legitimately like folded. So like whenever it rains now, like I have a thing where it's like if I do have to drive, I'm driving like 5 miles per hour, and I really don't trust anybody driving. Like even my mom, sometimes I low key be a little scared because it happened with her driving. So like if I'm going somewhere, you always see like I'm driving. Like, I tell people, like, oh, it's because I want to go home, where I just don't trust. And if I trust you driving, like, the first few times, I'm on, like, I'm up, I'm watching. Like, when I used to drive with him, I'm like, yo, slow down. You going a little bit too fast. Like, and I don't really tell, unless you knew about the accident, I don't talk about the accident. So I'm like, yo, slow down. Or, like, I'm up, I'm, you know, seatbelts on. The first thing I do is seatbelts on. But like I really don't trust everybody driving. And when I do drive myself, like I feel my car. So like I know when I'm like going too fast and I feel the car like sliding a little bit. So like I'm real like even though I drive like a crazy person, I still know like. So I think for me that was like the traumatic. So I really don't trust everybody driving. Like I drive myself everywhere. Like everywhere. Like my parents don't drive me, my sister don't drive me. I'm like, all right, I'll drive. It's just So I think that for me, safety. That's like the most like even when November come, my mom was like, oh snap, you remember? And I'm just like, I really don't want to, but yeah, I remember. Like we legitimately almost died. And
then you know when you come out with no scratches, no nothing wrong, they praising the Lord.
Yeah, listen. Praising the Lord. I told you the amount of medicine, coffee I met, and oh my God, it was just a lot. It was a lot.
And then they're gonna go in front of the church.
Right.
You know, my mom never done that. My mom is not the type. My mom is quiet. Yeah,
wait, like go in front of the church too.
But any other Haitian,
like go in front of the church and be like, this is what God done.
Let me tell y'all.
But my mom don't like. She've never done that. Like she'll tell people, but she've never like. And I'm not gonna lie. I praise God that my mom was not that type. Like there's some parents that every Sunday they go in front of that church. You gotta sing a song out of the Sunday Swingers.
And then the ones that can't sing, it just embarrassing.
God. And they singing the whole song.
Embarrassing.
The whole song. I remember going to the doctor after the accident. They're looking at the paper and they're like, you sure you was in a car accident? And I'm like, and the amount of court date, like, because I was so young, like I had to go to hella therapy, hella court dates, because I ended up getting some money, even though that money long gone. I wish I had better money management, but the amount of court dates that I had to go to.
Money for what?
Well, technically I had to like sue my mom. It was weird. So I got money from the accident.
That's amazing.
Because I was so young.
I didn't know it was like that.
I had to wait till I was 18.
I was assuming that somebody hit y'all.
Nah, my mom, it was a self-accident.
Yeah. You had to sue your mother.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, my dad should have got into something long time ago, bro.
So like I had to go to.
I'm thinking back on all that. Any accident I had, like, God damn it. I should sue you, man.
Like I don't remember the term that it was used in, but like I had to. Yeah, it was something, and like I had to go to therapy because you know when that whole process go, you got to go to therapy.
They got to make sure you.
Yeah, so I had to do therapy for hella long. Then I had to go to mad court day. So I missed like my 7th grade year. I vividly remember having to miss so much basketball because I had to do like so much therapy and so much court. I missed so much school. Like
you should have started acting crazy. You would have got
know.
more money. IEP,
I know.
LEP,
I didn't know any better. Like now that I'm an adult, like I know better, but I didn't know any better. And like
you could have got a check.
I remember,
Right,
I remember.
right.
I did get a check though, but it could have been a bigger check. I remember the last court date. Like I went to court, and this was in 8th grade. Like it ended in 8th grade, and the judge was like, "So you still got all good grades?" Like, yeah, because he's looking at the paperwork. He's like, "Yo, the car rolled over. Like, you sure? Like, you're not failing no classes. You ain't have no broken bones." And I'm like, "Nah, like I'm good." And he looked at me like he was, "What the heck? Like it didn't make no sense."
I'd have been in there like this.
I had to do so much MRIs and all that. That's why now, like, I'm like, that's whole people like, "Oh, I'm about to sue." I'm like, "Yo, don't play with that because that process is no
Oh, it's a long
joke.
process. Yeah.
That process
Anything
is
with
no
court
joke.
is
Anything
no
before,
joke.
yeah, it's no joke. Anything, you're wrong. Yeah.
Like I said, now, like I don't play. When people be like, when I see people drinking, they about to drive. I'm like, "Yo, you sure?" Like I don't play when it comes to driving. And listen,
now. I will say this though. Being that I do work at a shelter where kids run away, we have like sexual girls that have been sex trafficked. We have all of that, right? How do you all feel about traumas that are not addressed young, that are still not addressed as adults, that people end up dying and never even able to like let that type of stuff out? There are people that are taking their lives because they don't even know how to address their trauma.
I feel like that's a difficult situation.
Yeah, it's difficult. I blame that on resources not having the resources accessible to certain people.
But sometimes they are accessible. People just are afraid to use it.
But we do live in a system, and in this system, you black, you brown, you ain't got them resources like you think you do. That's just my opinion. You know, like the rich and the spoiled, who mainly are the people who.
I always wonder, like, how far does Medicaid stretch? Does Medicaid stretch to where you can even get therapy and
I think
at a leisure price? Like,
I think with Medicare, it's like, I think with every insurance, you're put in a certain bracket of what you can do. So you'll have the therapist, but that therapist probably got like 50 other patients that they got to see. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like every branch of insurance has like a certain limit that you can reach. But I feel like when it comes to things being unspoken about, it's the facade of like, if I speak about it, then I'm weak. So people be like, I want to stay strong, so they don't say nothing, but that doesn't help.
Yeah, the image of being strong.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Like you really gotta,
especially in our community, especially with men.
Yeah.
If a man goes to, you know how it is in a Haitian household, you go to therapy, they think you're crazy.
Yeah.
They think you're ufu. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff. It's
well,
like,
that's
no, I need to get this out of my head because I'm thinking about this every day, and it's not that I'm weak. It's just this is I deal with this every day.
Well, that goes with the Christian or the religious society. Like when you have when you really have like a mental issue, they think like it's the devil, and it's not the devil. I really got like a mental
something
issue
really going on.
Yeah, like I really need help. Like I need medication or I need to go see somebody. But they think praying it out is going to help, but that's not. Don't get me wrong, prayer does help. But my mother always says God created like there's no. You look at doctors and they be prescribing stuff on spot. Not everybody has that knowledge. God gave that doctor that specific knowledge to help. Like God is here to help, but He also put people here to help. So you have to use everybody. Like you don't have to listen to everything they say, but there's some things that they say that it actually is supposed to help you.
Right.
Like He's not putting these people here just cause. Like the knowledge of a doctor or the knowledge of a therapist, you got to go to school for that. Like you got to. And not anybody could go to school and just study for that. You have to have a certain discipline and strength to like succeed with that. So if you need that, you actually have to use it.
Do you all believe in like men's circles and women's circles and have friends being your therapist where you could vent and have those spaces?
Your friends are your therapists too, but I always say take advice with a grain of salt too, because you might be, especially like one thing I hate is when people take advice from other people who aren't happy in their own, especially like relationships. Be careful. Because you might be getting advice from somebody that just doesn't like the other species or doesn't like what they going on. They might give you some bad advice. And now that bad energy is being transferred to your circle with you and your man or you and your woman. And now y'all have that. So I would say... You got to
read the signs.
You definitely got to read the signs.
There's some signs that like a friend or whatever they give you that you should be like, I don't know. That's a little off. But,
Right.
I mean, not the first time, but like it's a pattern that you'll see that's just like, wait, hold on. Right. I don't know. You got to like take a step back a little bit and just watch from the outside.
Definitely
but you
watch.
do have some friends that like are legitimate friends that are going to give you some good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And you'll know what the good advice is because it's trial and error with advice. Especially when you're in a vulnerable place, you might take somebody's advice. You might not realize it might be the worst advice ever. It might go out in the world and just use it. And you'll be like, all right, I'm not going to listen to this motherfucker again. I'm going to go somewhere else. And
I have
you don't know what you're talking about. I didn't like what happened. I'm going to go somewhere else.
I have a question.
Sure. Shoot.
With trauma or with anything that one goes with in life, when did you guys discover that what y'all went through is why y'all act the way that y'all act now?
When I had my son. Absolutely. I was saying this, and it's crazy because the kids, when I was teaching health with the kids at my school surround me at times, and they just be listening to the stuff that I say and talk. And it's crazy because a lot of the young men, they really listen to me. Kids have my phone numbers. They call me. They like, Mr. Al, I'm going through X, Y, Z. Can you help me? So when I had my son, most people don't know this, I cried. Right? I cried and I called, like I said, when Zanaya first told me she was pregnant, I called my sister's husband.
Right.
I ain't called my dad. I called the only man that I know that's married.
Right.
That doing something productive.
Right.
Like, yo, like, this is what's going on, G. He like, you good? I'm like, nah, I'm scared as hell. And then now I started to think about, how am I going to raise my son differently than how I was raised?
Right.
What am I going to pour into him? And it became a thing where I'm going to be transparent where I was fumbling. Because one, there's no scripture on this. There's no handbook or nothing.
But can you be fumbling if there's no way to do it?
No, well, in regards to how I was feeling for myself, because I'm not a perfectionist, but I'm somebody that if I'm committing to something, I want to commit to it in full.
But I think, I'm not a father, but I think with fatherhood, the best thing you can do is something you already did from the jump, is be there.
Absolutely. And that's where I said that I was fumbling, because remember, we in two different spaces. Right?
Yeah.
So I felt like, damn, like, and that's what made me move. Right? So I'm like, man, nah, I gotta be, because I didn't meet my dad till I was 5. Till I came to America. Because he left when I was born to come here to try to set up, life
everything
or whatever, right? So, and then I find myself when I was thinking, like, when I had my son, like, yo, I gotta start rearranging how I think. One, how I view myself. Two, because I was still living as if I wasn't about to have a baby, or I was about to have a child. And she even had to remind me of, like, yo, you gotta cut down on some things and start to put family as a thing to prioritize. Like I just told y'all my schedule earlier, right? So imagine doing 10 million things and you about to have a child. Then hold on, wait, let me settle things down, get this together, get that together. But I learned when I was younger, I kept myself occupied to not think about my situation.
When really was the time to think about your situation, because this is the realest situation in your entire life.
Exactly. And then in those times where I'm like, okay, my childhood trauma came in when I realized that, like, I can't call my dad for advice about things that I need guidance for.
And that's the person that you should be able to call.
Understand? And then I had my uncle, thank God, my good brother Nixon. Right. I had my uncle, I had G. Right. Those are the people that I was reaching out. But even still then, a part of me was like, yo, I gotta figure this out by myself though. To where I had a breakdown in the car right here in East Orange on Park Ave. me and my aunt got into it. We got into a dispute about something, and then I just was in the car by myself, like, what the fuck? I can't please nobody. Like, I was just mad. Right. But then I was thinking like, yo, I gotta do more and be better for my son because he can't have he can't have the childhood that I had. He can't lose me like I lost a parent. You know what I'm saying? And he cannot not know that I exist in this life as this person because I didn't know that for my father to be that. So when I'm going now to school to get my master's degree to provide for my son, it's not for me. I hate school. But I need this master's degree to get to the position that I need to get to take care of my son. When I'm doing these other things that I'm doing, it's to position myself so I can take care of my son. But I know that I'm doing that, right? But there's a reason that I'm going so hard at it because I know what I didn't have and what I lack. Right. And I also know the perspective in which my sister has, the one that lives in Florida. She never had a lot of the things that I had either. Like as far as like she had a baby at 19. You feel me? With a dad that wasn't present. So I want to make sure that the same way that I was there for her and her kids, I can be even more for my son. And it's crazy to think that like how I was raised really has impacted how I'm transitioning now into. I never. It wasn't until this year that I realized or not realized that I was like, okay, Al, you are about to like you really like a grown man now.
Right. Yeah, super grown man. Grown man.
No, because I was still like in my mind, like man, damn, like I'm about to have a kid at 25. I still want to be outside. I want to have fun. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm coaching. I'm da. Like nah, bro. Right. But you still got to understand too, like. What you went through young will shape you old. And you know what Frederick Douglass said, it's harder to mold broken men than it is, right? So I was trying to make sure that my son, when he gets to 4 or 5 years old, he don't meet a broken man. Right. He has a full father figure and a man that he knows where when he can learn to start riding his bike at basketball games, at this game, at whatever, with that, the father's fully present because I didn't have my dad fully present, right? So that's really when I can't, because I think for most dudes it's like that have children. Once you have that first child, when I was holding my son in my arms one day, bro, I was like, yo, I gotta raise a human.
Get real.
No, I don't think y'all understand that. Like, I gotta raise a human, like responsible for another person.
Yeah.
Responsible for another person.
Idea of it.
Dog, I was and even to the point I had a vulnerable moment with my son's mother when I was living in Charlotte. It took me 2 years to say to her what I said that day. What? And that's when you talk about like being strong and a man feeling like he don't got to be as vulnerable. Right. It took me 2 years to make a conversation about something that I felt since the day I found out I was having a child. So all of that right there with the trauma and that also comes from not having a voice and being Haitian. You're a young man. You got to be strong. You got to be this. You got to be that.
Can't cry. Can't
do none of that. And also a man is taught to provide, to keep going. And then the example that I see when I move into the house with my uncle, no days off, up early, grinding, come back home 5, 6 o'clock.
Thing every
killing yourself.
Day, yo.
Right.
Killing yourself.
And never ever will voice that, yo. You know what, man? I'm tired. Yo. Somebody else got to do something today for me. It took me 2 years to even say something like that. So that's when I knew that I got to reprogram how I think, what I believe, and also what I value so that my son can see that. And he can know like, yo, this is, you know what? And also, too, the whole making time for your child thing is true, you know? And I think that I'm overly ambitious. That's my biggest flaw. It's my biggest it's my biggest it's one of the best things about me.
Double-edged sword.
But it's my boy. If an opportunity calls, I will leave. Like I could sit here right now. If somebody say, "Yo, Al, I got X, Y, Z for you to do that," I will leave this podcast.
You got what you gotta do. Jump
That's
on. Some
my
people
biggest
hesitate.
flaw, and that comes from trauma as well because I never had anything.
Right. Some people had everything back then. and don't know how to jump on things.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Exactly.
complete opposite. Some people are straight up lazy. I know people who came from money. We know people that came from money. Now they don't know what to do because they never worked a job.
Yeah.
They never had chores. They never picked up their own mess. They never did their own laundry. They never did anything. And now it's like they're a kid again, trying to figure it out. So I am grateful for some of my traumas.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I was a big brother to my little sister, my little brother. My parents both worked hard. I had to make sure they was good. Me and my big sister had to make sure everything was good. My sister handled all the woman stuff. I handled all the man stuff. While my father was out in the cab, my mother working in the factory. We had to make sure everything was all good. We learned pretty quickly. You know, I do remember good parts of my child, but I also remember taking care of my brother, taking care of my sister, making sure that they did their homework, making sure they clean, make sure they eat. You know what I'm saying? And once my grandmother came over, things got easier.
But that makes you a latch child, and the latch children are usually the ones that be like, man, I never had a childhood for myself.
I'm not ungrateful like that. I had a good childhood.
No,
But there was some, yeah,
not
yeah.
like not you, but I'm
Right.
saying
No,
a
yeah.
typical
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
latch child is usually like I never got a chance to just have my own. I always got to
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's where my work ethic comes from, because I was the one, like, I was fortunate to be raised by my father, both my uncles, my grandfather, and my mother. So, like, it was just, like, hardcore instilling me from the door. So, like, I'm not lazy. Like, if the grass needs to be cut, I got to go cut it. If things need to go get cleaned, I go clean it. I got to take out the garbage. As soon as snow hit the floor, I got to go plow it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my parents. If my mother car break down today, I got to figure out in 1 week how to get this woman her car back. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with fixing it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure do, because she going to call you Gene.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, it made me somebody to figure things out. So, you know, it's tricky with childhood trauma. There's good.
It just never
There's bad,
stops.
there's neutral. It never stops. Yeah, because things just keep coming up. Like, I don't know if I never lived with a woman. That's gonna be some trauma.
Hold on, wait, pause. You never had like a girl live with you?
No, hell no.
Yeah, I don't suggest it either. That's not a thing to put on your bucket list either.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's a whole.
All right,
that's
all
a whole
right.
different
Come on,
genre.
yo. Y'all killing me here.
Nah.
It's not even that bad.
It's not.
Man.
No, it's not
not bad,
foul.
but it's just
You
like,
won't
I'm
have.
Oh, my
I don't know
not
how to
foul.
live with somebody. Like, I know how to live with my siblings. I know how to
It's
live with
not
my
foul.
mom
The
and dad.
type of woman live with you is not foul,
Yeah.
but you got to be prepared for
You gotta be prepared for this
conversations.
shit. Yeah.
Like I want to watch football and just chill. I
Yeah.
don't
Why is
wanna-
there piss on the seat? Because I was drunk.
You
You ain't gotta learn how to put the seat
understand?
down. Everybody trying to go in and sitting down and all
That's why I had a lot of drink
all I
last
feel
night, 'cause
is
some was in.
water up my butt because I ain't put the toilet seat down.
Nah,
Because you fell through the toilet?
but yeah, a woman living with you but a woman living with you will expose a lot of stuff that you don't even think is. Because their attention to detail be
very,
like crazy. I'll be like, bruh.
I've
It
had
sure
girlfriends stay and then, like, they're cleaning up stuff and they're like, and I'm like, I just cleaned. It's like, well, you didn't clean good enough. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
this is wild.
You clean good enough for a man.
For man, yeah. But she
They
wanna
don't clean. Yeah.
She gotta get behind the thing, steam
I have to,
everything,
yeah.
clean the bathroom, do all this stuff.
But
I'm
those
like,
are some
all
of the glows of that of
Right.
having living with a woman. But it also will expose to the fact of a lot of ways of how you may feel about just your space.
Right.
Like,
And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know if any other traumas from the past are gonna come up because now I'm domesticated with somebody.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we both
Yeah,
cohabiting, we
definitely
both in
will.
here.
I didn't know
I
how
don't know
to
what's gonna come
communicate.
up. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna act like my dad. I don't know if I'm gonna act like my mother. I don't know if I'm gonna act like my I don't know who I'm gonna act like. All I know is that it's gonna be something new when it happens, and you know I'm looking forward to it. But at
But
the
I
same
feel
time,
like-
it's like, you know, I don't know what's gonna pop up.
I feel like every day you're learning a new trauma. Like sometimes I'll be sitting down, like something will accept me, and I'm sitting down like, why does this accept me? And I'm just trying to think, and I'm just like, oh, that's why. And my mind goes like, mind you, it's not even something that I thought about because I done put it so like far in somewhere, and it miraculously just popped up. But sometimes you sit down, you just thinking, you just like, oh, this makes sense of why this bothers me or why this triggers me or why, you know what I'm saying? Like, the more you grow up, the more you start learning about yourself. But it really got to be some like self-evaluation. Like, you really got to sit there and be like, why is this bothering me? Like, why do I feel this way? And sometimes it's going to be something that you don't even want to think about, but you have to like bring it back up and process it the new way as an adult because you got to process it.
But has something ever like bothered you that you know is just not trauma, it just bothers you? Like
Yeah,
this
there's a lot of
mad.
stuff.
People,
This shit
people
just
bother
like
me.
this shit just made me mad. Ain't no reason
I
for
don't like
it.
people like that.
I ain't fucking with this shit. Like this shit just made me mad.
Don't fucking play with me. I
most
don't do that
definitely.
shit. Yeah, there's some things that just
I just be mad.
yeah, you have your likes and dislikes of life.
I hate
That's what-
like okay, so y'all all have a job where you work.
Yeah.
Like micromanaging is like something that pisses everybody off.
Oh yeah.
But I've always been, and even when I was young, it just has nothing to do with trauma. I just always hated being talked to about something.
Right.
Oh my god.
Like so I always did what I needed to do. So you don't have to even, like even in class, I would finish my work and just get my work done. So
I hate when I
you
know
don't
that
gotta
I
tell
have-
me to do nothing.
But I hate when I know that I have to do something and you telling me like, oh, remember, bro, I know.
I know.
Why are you telling me
Get out
again
my
that I got?
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what are you doing? Now I'm
Take a
mad.
walk somewhere.
But it also be small shit like that has nothing to do with trauma. It just be like little things that it is like, I just don't need that.
Yeah,
I
like
just
why
don't
you
need that.
bothering me
Yeah.
for you?
Just
I know
don't need
this
that.
already.
But then it'd be some motherfucker be like, well, do you think that comes from somewhere? No,
No,
man,
it
it
don't
don't come from nothing, bro. That
you just bothering me. Like
just
get out
ain't
my
doing that.
face.
Fuck out of here.
it might come from slavery though.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll be
right,
saying, niggas don't like being looked over that much no more. We don't want no overseer.
No
This ain't the
overseer.
plantation.
yo.
It's what it is.
I'll be at work like, bruh, like, and it, it's always the white folks that be micromanaging.
Oh my god.
And you be
course.
like, bruh, oh, the slave, the ancestors literally live in us. Cause I'd be like, bruh, go ahead with that. You ain't this.
Listen,
ain't,
I got a few white friends here and there, but them some of those mediocre motherfuckers on earth.
they don't do shit, right?
There's some of those mediocre motherfuckers on the way. You don't do nothing special. You're just white.
And they be getting that
That's
bread.
it.
And they get that
And
bread.
I get it. Your
Of
daddy, your
course.
uncle, your grandfather, your great grandfather, they had things in this country, stolen things. It is what it is. I don't even want to dive into that shit.
When
but
I was younger,
you're mediocre, bro.
I used to think about like, what if I was white for like a week?
Yo.
Like, how am I?
What?
Like, you know, when you
I
were
would
like
get I
young,
would get a loan. I would get a house loan. I get a business loan.
no, for real, like
All the loans.
Yeah,
Give me all the
shit.
money.
if I was white for like a week, like how am I? Like I used to always imagine like, and this was like a crazy thing though. I used to
Drive
always imagine
fast.
myself trading places with somebody else that got it better,
It's like the
or that
movie
you
Trading
think they have it
Places.
better. Yeah.
Just like the movie Trading Places. I'll be driving fast. I'll be smoking anywhere I want. I'll be
my
talking to the police anyhow I want.
And getting nothing done to you.
nothing,
like,
nothing, nothing.
just yo, you
Nothing.
good? See you tomorrow,
Yeah.
man. You, like drive home safe. that shit's really crazy though.
No, first.
Do you guys feel like well, I want to ask this because it's just do men okay, let me find a way to say this correctly. Do men exhibit their trauma differently than women do it outwardly?
Outwardly, I would say yeah, because well, it's not also different. It's just it's more hidden with men. You kind of have to catch it because men, we're labeled a lot with this macho stuff that we're not allowed to give our feelings out. Like I said, like the Haitian household, you gotta be strong, can't be emotional, can't cry, can't be a sissy. You know, there's other words I could use too, but you know, I'm not gonna say it. But you know, you can't be that. You have to be this hardcore brick house structure type man, and not only you have to be that in your house with your mom and dad, you have to be that with your siblings, and then you go out, you walk outside, and you got friends. And you can't present that type of energy with your friends. You got to be strong with them, and then you got to be strong for the girl that you like. You got to be strong for the boss that you work for.
Yeah.
You got to be strong all the time. You know, that shit gets tiring after a while. So when it comes out, you kind of got to catch it. You got to. It's usually somebody close to you who can catch it, though. That's the funny part. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually your woman. That's what I can tell you. I can tell.
And
yeah.
even with her, you be like, yo, I ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
like
All the time.
I remember
All day,
my
but
son's
yeah.
mother used to say that to me all the time.
Yeah.
Like, Al, you gotta go sit with somebody. Girl, I
Right.
sat with somebody for 2 years. Like, what you talking
That's not
about?
enough. You need
And
more.
I always say, like,
Like-
if you're unsure about something in your life, ask a black woman. I know that sounds crazy. I know that
Bro,
sounds
they be,
like
they be
monolithic, but
trying to read you and shit.
Hey,
I mean, we're not
read it.
trying. We do.
Y'all read.
We do.
Nah, bro.
This one right
Yo.
here, like a book,
Yo.
page by page. He be hating it.
Bro, my son's mother, bro, she be telling me about myself. I just be looking at her like, bro.
And y'all don't like. See, that's
We
a
don't like to
problem.
hear it,
No,
a problem.
because a lot of it be sometimes
I don't like to
on
hear
point,
it.
but some of it be
Yeah.
some of it be she be dragging it.
No. Some of it be true, and y'all
she
be hating
dragging
it.
boy. Nah,
Shelly be telling me some stuff, and I be like, "Yo, get the fuck out of my face!" Like I don't want to hear this shit right now. But after a while, it's not like I'm not listening to her. That's my friend. I'm gonna listen, but I just don't want to listen to it at the moment. But when I sit down and everything is quiet and I'm listening, I'm like, damn, Shellz was right. Maybe I handled this situation a little wrong.
I'm gonna have to clip that part.
Absolutely.
Y'all heard that? Shellz.
Maybe
was right.
maybe I do need to go sit with the lady. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to go talk with
the lady. Lady though. You ever watch Sopranos when
Right.
he had to go sit with the therapist and
Let
he
me
was
tell you
thinking about everything else besides whatever she was talking about.
Let me tell you,
He never answered the questions.
therapy
Helps.
is tricky.
But it
But
helps.
it helps. It's tricky, especially if you a strong black man doing your thing. You know, you think you got everything together. And I'm not saying you don't, but therapy, I think it's worth for any black man who's going through some serious trauma, and black women too, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Black women got it hard out here too, but sit down with therapists and find somebody like you.
I know an old head that said his therapist the brothel.
The brothel.
So if that works for him,
Well, you can't
That
teach your old
could-
dog new tricks. So
his therapist
some
is the
people,
brothel.
like Dr. Umar said, everybody can't go. He gonna have to go to sleep.
He about 76 now.
Oh, he done. You good.
He don't care about nothing they be talking
Done.
about.
He done.
You know, but no, like I like it's hard for me because like a lot of times too, when you meet people, when you are who you are and you are shaped how you are, your experiences have shaped you. It's often hard to turn off that switch because it's like once you're already cultivated and you are corp in a way, it's you get to turn that leaf and say, yeah, you know what? Let me fix myself. Let me work on
Yeah, it's
myself.
hard.
Bro,
It's
listen,
hard. 'Cause
that
you think you got everything in line. You think everything is all good.
especially if your life is going in a cycle
Right.
that you need it to.
Right.
That's the one right there that me and my friends was just talking about. Like, yo, bro, you are successful. You are young, black, and doing X, Y, and Z. So in your mind, ain't nothing wrong with me. Everything I need to do is I'm handling. So what are y'all talking about? Right? They be like, yo, what are y'all talking about? Even for some women too, like black women are the most successful, educated, and now have the highest earning degree like in the United States. Period. Right? With jobs that exceed
Period.
the black male.
But we tired.
So
tired.
imagine a woman being able to get to all the levels that she wants to in life,
Right.
grace everything that she needs to grace. For a man to come in and tell like, yo, girl, you damaged. It's
But
the
that's
word.
what happens though.
But
It
it's
is
the
the
word.
word.
But it's the word that gets them like, what the fuck you mean I'm a hand, right? But she ain't listening to what you trying to really say.
Right.
And I think that happens to us too, men, where it's like a woman to tell us, like, I'll be like, yo, girl, I've been holding this house down. I'm doing this and that, the third. And you trying to tell me that something's still wrong with me? I mean, I can't please you. And it's like, damn, I had to really realize that my damn self. And you said, like, to live with a woman. Living with a woman taught me, bro,
Right.
I'm not who I think I am.
I saw a post like that, but that was
Nah,
the way
real
you
life.
said it. The way you said it is the best way, but the way they said it was just like a lot of men. A lot of men half stepping out here, like they trying to live this facade that they think they are. They're really not. They're
I'm not
not
who
like
I think
that.
I am. Because
Yeah.
also, too, with the thing of, too, like, being a great-hearted person, a good-hearted person, too, is like you almost, the happy wife, happy life thing can't exist with me.
You drive yourself insane.
I have to have an opinion.
Right.
I thought I was one of those, you know, my girl happy, anything she needed, she's good. But then I'm living with somebody like, no, that's not gonna work. Cause then that's when I get it with the point of
Hell
like,
no.
no,
I mean,
I gotta have an opinion.
I'm all about my woman being happy, but not to the point where you slaving me to death.
Right,
Get out of
I
your
gotta
goddamn
have an
mind.
opinion.
Gotta
Cause
have an opinion.
like,
Hell no.
But I had to realize this through trial and error. Like, no,
Right.
we can't do this because this ain't gonna happen. I'm not about it. No, we can't afford that. No, you know what? No, we not doing it. No, for real.
I seen men lose their shirt off their back.
All that,
for
yeah, all
phrase.
that happy wife, happy life.
The
Nah,
shirt off their
Yo.
back for that phrase. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I've seen a
shirtless, bro.
man. I've
You
seen a
shirtless.
man say to me like, "Yo, bro, listen, bro. In my 30 years of marriage, what I learned with my wife now is that happy wife. Nah, and it's crazy how that exists in a world where you're saying that we have to be strong and providers and things like that. I get it, but nah, I gotta have an opinion.
Yeah, got to.
I gotta be able, and you need to be able to tell me too, like, yo, look, babe, chill out.
Relax.
Good. Right? So the compatibility has to be the mature level, the values, the are you healed as well, right? Those are the things that we have to kind of seek.
Yeah.
Well, we had an episode, was it with Shirley? I think it was with Shellz where we asked a question. No, it was girls. It was the girls episode where we asked the girls, "Are you gonna date somebody if they don't go through therapy?" Was that how we put it?
I think so. Yeah.
Shit.
Does a guy have to go through therapy in order to date him? Because like you said, some people just go unhealed. So, do you need to make sure that you good before we start dating, or does a girl have to self-evaluate like? What's the process of dating now? Well, you have a son, so it's a whole different process now.
Nah, but also too though, you gotta realize too, a lot of us when we like something and we really like something, we ignore everything that's wrong about it.
Every red flag. You in Six Flags now.
Shit.
Red flag.
And I'm only speaking from experience because if my son's mom was sitting right where you at, we would be saying the same thing about each other. We ignored a lot of things that we could have probably worked on and harped on that would have better positioned us as parents, one, and as communicators, too. You feel me?
But a lot of people realize that stuff when it's too late.
Man, I realized that shit when I was on the plane. Nah, this shit gonna sound funny. When I was on the plane.
Going and coming back.
When I was I'm like, this some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
Like, bro, we could have. You trying to tell me that all I had to do was ask more questions, listen more as well. I'm not a good listener, bro.
See, okay, we're gonna end the show quick. We're gonna end the show soon. But that's the problem, though. Like, for me, it really be like the little things that needs to be done that men don't do, and then the little things become the big thing. If you just said if you would just listen and ask more questions, a lot of stuff would be handled.
Absolutely.
But that's the little things that just made it a bigger thing.
But the one thing that I can do right now is and even amongst my family and friends, I could take accountability for me,
which is good. That's the first step, and that's a lot of things that men don't do. Men and women. A lot of people don't take accountability for themselves.
Look, I say it all the time. This whole shit my fault.
Well, it's not really your whole fault.
No. Listen, believe me, the whole shebang.
Can't take the whole blame though.
No. That's what I'm saying.
No. I think, listen to what I'm saying.
You can say 90. You can say 95%.
99.9999. Listen to what I'm saying to you, like for real. Like when I'm wrong, I know I'm wrong for real. The whole shebang is me.
Yeah, but if two people are into something, it's not usually one whole person. It could be one sided. But somebody, it takes two to tango.
When you know what you're dealing with and you still do it, that's you.
I mean, hey, if he's saying it's
on him, that works for you. Yeah.
I know the power of a gun, but I'm gonna pull the trigger and kill you. That's me.
Right.
Feel me? And even me saying this now is not even just me. This is me talking to somebody else that may be 17. Or this may be to me talking to somebody that's 25 that's about to have a kid or that's in a situation. If you know that you in a position or you meet somebody that you dealing or you talking to, ask some of the same things that you would ask yourself when you alone when you with that person. Because then you could get the real answers. And I'm not talking about through text. I'm talking about like you sitting down at dinner like, yo, like what do you value? Yo, what's your love language? And this is
I'm not gonna lie, yo. Me and my
these
coworker,
are things that like for real.
Me and my coworker was just talking about the other day because I think this year is the year of actually when she's dating. But he was asking me about dating, and he's like, "Yo, how would you go about it?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm at a point in my life where if when I start dating, I can't ask you what's your favorite color, bro. I don't care about that. What's your credit score? What is your plans in life? How's your health looking? Like." These are questions that we got to start
don't
asking.
Ask the credit score though, because some niggas might be jammed up a little bit based off things that they have no control over.
Okay, I'm going to ask you how much debt you in though, because
don't ask that either.
You crazy?
The debt
I'm
that
asking.
Niggas got sometimes don't be their fault. They be putting shit for their mothers and their sisters and their family and their name, and they don't be paying them back.
Yeah, but what you doing to move forward with that? What you doing to fix that?
A lot.
Okay, so I can ask that.
And also that's why I need you to help me balance out my life. And if he hit you with that, he a smooth nigga.
But like I said, that's not where I was going with that. I was going with the thing is, at certain points in your life, you just gotta start asking different questions. Like the conversation
Absolutely.
gotta be different. Like you can't. And don't get me wrong. Like he also explained, like sometimes women be aggressive with the way we ask questions, which I agree. I can be aggressive at times, but sometimes you just gotta ask a question. There's no other way to go about it. Yo, what is it?
But a thing is too, like a man come off too assertive and too sure of himself, that'd be a problem for shorties. I can't even say this on camera, but I'm gonna talk to you about it later. But like, listen, if you come off with like, cause sometimes there's men, like for example, Gene right here knows that he's the prize, right? He knows that.
I like this guy.
He knows that. A lot of times when you know that you the prize, like, and you walk and talk like it, for them that's a problem because they supposed to be the ones that's supposed to be getting grabbed and caught.
I always get approached by women. Oh, you ain't shit. You a cocky nigga.
You understand?
Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I'm just here to buy some oranges. Like, what are you talking about?
There's
I'm
nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with you walking and talking. So it's like when I'm asking a woman, like, you know what, yo, I want you to ask me what you asking me, but when I'm asking you things in reverse that I'm gonna need in this, don't feel away because I'm so sure of myself.
I hate that conversations always come back to dating, but
no, because at the end of the day, two traumatic niggas make a traumatic baby, and now we got the kids that I teach.
You got traumatic junior now.
We got the kids that I teach. Kids be fucked up, can't read, can't write, because mama 13 when he had them. Daddy was 16 when they had him. That right there is even teenage pregnancy is a trauma. We ain't talking about that. Imagine having a kid and you a kid.
There's a lot of that going on.
That right there. Look, the traumatic kid is having a baby with another trauma based kid that never grew up to learn anything. End up being the high school kids that I have that now repeat the cycle, and they building these charter schools off of that because they want these kids to be in these schools.
Yeah, but I feel like in the world that we live in today, everyone has a trauma that they have not dealt with. Everyone.
Yeah, man. I still ain't dealt with my mama, boy. I cry. Look, I can say this now though. I cry 5 times a year.
But you have the right to though.
Yeah.
Nah, it's still listen.
It hurts, man. It hurts.
And then when I see kids disrespect their moms in school, boy, I be having to turn away.
It makes you mad. It triggers you.
When I was a dean, right, of 2nd grade, this little boy named I can't. Well, I don't work at the school no more. This little boy named Mayan. Mayan used to go bananas on his mother. I'm like, bro, I lost my mother when I was your age, and you talking to your mother like that?
It's triggering.
I used to just get so. Even now at the high school, they be talking to their mothers on the phone. It's like your mother pay that bill. They be violating. I be like, yo,
that's why I can't be a parent. I'll cut your phone off right
you
now.
Like,
I'm like, figure it out.
You don't even know what it's like to not have that mother. Like,
I'm not gonna lie though.
I haven't dealt with that yet.
I'm not gonna lie though. For me, still having my parents, sometimes they just don't listen.
With the parents,
they don't listen. Like, and I've been having to tell my parents like, and I'm like at my big age, I know how aggressive I could get when I talk, but I still have like a respect for my parents. But I be just telling them like, yo, I gotta take care of you now. You gotta listen to me. I'm sorry. Like I know you don't want to, but you gotta listen to me now. Like when something happens, I gotta leave work and come take care of you. So if I'm telling you not to do something, you gotta listen, bro.
They Haitian.
I'm like, it's no, and I know I was a hard-headed kid, but I'm like, I wasn't this bad. Like they're bad, and no one prepped us for this.
Also, too, they never wrong. You know they never wrong. I used to know it. Yep. They never
I'll say
wrong.
this about my mom, and I've always said it. My mom do apologize when she wrong. My father, on the other hand, forget about it.
The Haitian men that was born before 68. If the nigga was born before 68 and he's Haitian, matter of fact, if he was born before 52,
forget about it, yo.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. He's never gonna apologize. You know why? He never saw nobody apologize. You don't know a man that ever do that. That's not a thing in his mind. Even when you speak to them about the LGBT, that'd be the funniest conversation.
My father was mad one day. He was dropping off kids, and I guess they had like a parade. He was like, "What my guy gay?" I was like, "Oh my god!"
Bananas,
he was pissed, bro.
Bought my CC. Jesus Christ! It's like that. You can't say that word no more. Like, get out of here, man.
They be going bananas, but that's because in their minds, life is supposed to look like this.
Right. Yeah, that's
this is what it's supposed to
Old
be
school
like.
mentality.
But I'm not gonna lie though. I say this all the time. I would pay I would pay money to go look at my parents at my age to see how they was acting. 'Cause I know there wasn't no saints.
Nah.
Hell no.
My
I know my
dad
dad was smoking
I know there wasn't no
cigarettes,
saints.
weed,
yo.
alcohol, doing all in the dance halls all day. I know it.
I would pay
I look at the
money,
pictures.
yo.
I know it. I said you was outside, bro. I don't care what anybody. You
I would pay
and
money.
your two fucking brothers outside all the time doing God knows what.
No, I don't want to see what my dad was doing that night. My dad had me when he was 32. My mother was 28. Nah, I don't want to see that.
My parents was young. Ooh, all right.
All right.
That was good. I'm tired now, but that was good. That was good. You gotta come back again.
Definitely.
I need to be on a I need to be on a live stage though.
Nah. We're gonna talk about it.
That's all right.
Relax. You go too fast. Calm down.
And I'm a host it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna come out my best outfit, and my little brother gonna be with me, and my little sister, cause they funny.
Oh my goodness. So, what is some final words about trauma that you would want to say to the people?
Being an educator in schools, and I work in Camden for those that don't know, and I live in Philly at that. Fix what you can fix immediately. The rest you can learn and grow, right? And I learned this through just trial and error myself, but also too just being mindful of the fact that one day you'll eventually be somebody's caretaker. What do you want them to remember you as, and who you are to them? Like I told y'all about my son. Be mindful of the things that you are putting out, right? Because those are the things that people see you as, and who you are oftentimes is a reflection of your upbringing, of your foundation, and of the people that surround you. So if you know that, hey, I was raised around a bunch of unhealed alcoholics or abusive people, know that that's something that can always come back to you. Patch that up. Because you don't want to raise a child one day and that's what they know. And that's what they remember. So fix what you can fix immediately, and the rest, try to grow and learn from.
That was good. You got something, Jim?
Just get the necessary help you need. I'll be afraid to sit with some therapy. Again, you have friends that are therapy, but like I said, grain of salt. And look into your past. Journal about it. Try to meditate on it, pray on it, and just get the necessary help. Trauma comes out in almost every situation. Trauma comes out. How you handle your friends, how you handle your spouse, how you handle your dating life, how you handle your money. I got my money traumas too. I didn't get into that, but everybody has it comes out in places. So just get the necessary help you need to get, and things should be better once you address them. And then don't forget, execute on how to address them. Don't just know about them and don't do nothing about them. I mean, it's kind of redundant, but just know that one day you are going to be leading people. So you want to actually be prepared for that. So to be prepared, I believe the best way to be prepared for that is to heal yourself and prepare yourself as much as you can. So that's all I got.
Honestly, for me, is you feel a way because something happened. So once you feel a certain way and you're not really sure why you feel that way, just sit down for a little bit and process, because it's gonna pop up where you're gonna remember, and then you gotta just work through that too. So just really sit with how you feel and go through the motions and understand every little feeling that you go through, and it's either get better or get worse, and hopefully it gets better. And on that note, thank you for joining us on Hypothetically Podcast. I'm your co-host, Shelly.
Co-host, Gene, and our guest.
Al.
God bless this man. He put this ice.